So, how many hours do children need to play? That was a great question brought up in a recent coach conversation. How many hours do players need to reach the top level? Welcome, as always, to mytenniscoaching.com and mytenniscoaching over on YouTube. If you're not yet a YouTube subscriber, what you're doing, hit that subscribe button right now. And yeah, it's interesting chat this week over parent expectations and how many hours players should be playing each week to reach county, regional, national, international level. One coach is quite adamant that you need to play the same number of hours as your age. So 8 hours a week if you're 8, 9 hours if you're 9. And this goes back to a little bit of long-term player development or long-term athlete development research done many, many years ago. And lovely simple figure that's been pushed around coaching circles for a number of years. So when parents ask you, it's quite an easy one to use, and it kind of sounds like it makes sense. So 8 hours, 9 hours. But I don't believe there's any actual theory out there, because again, learning is nonlinear, development is nonlinear. What takes you 8 hours a week, I might be able to achieve in 4 hours. And we can copy Alcaraz's program. We've mentioned this before. We can copy the world's best tennis player at the moment, Carlos Alcaraz. We can copy his under 8 program, and we can implement it within all our under 8 players. And we're not going to have the same result because, again, you just can't copy and paste. And I think we've got to be really careful with things like 8 hours a week. Good ballpark figure for me is, well, how much does a kid want to play each week? And I don't want him to play 8 hours of tennis a week. Like, I want him to play as much sport as possible per week. And I think even just like half hour to 60 minutes per day of sports is really good, no matter what the age and stage. It doesn't have to be tennis. We get caught so much by early specialization, getting players to specialize really early in a sport. So an 8-year-old doing 8 hours of tennis a week, it's too much. It's like a full-time job. And if you keep scaling that up based on this model of age and stage, age equals number of hours, when they get to 25, that's 25 hours a week. It's not sustainable. It's not realistic. And it's just a ballpark figure that's been pulled from somewhere. Again, my gut feeling, it's come from long-term athlete development, but I don't think it's right. And we've got to be really careful, because coaches get caught up in this. More hours doesn't always mean better players. And I was having a conversation the other week with a coach, and sometimes, like, if you look at an under 8 session that's 90 minutes long, how much true value do you get in those 90 minutes? Like, my feeling is that last half hour, sometimes it's a waste of time, because the players are mentally and physically done. So therefore, you've wasted 90 minutes. So therefore, you've wasted 30 minutes. You've got 30 minutes dead space. Yes, they've done 30 minutes practical or 30 minutes tennis, but it doesn't really translate into good quality coaching. Could you get more value from a 45-minute session compared to a 90-minute session? So, yeah, there's a couple of things that really don't make much sense to me. I think it'd be great to hear your thoughts in the comments as well. Please, as always, like and support the channel. Leave any questions down below. Until tomorrow, watch the video on the screen now. I'll speak to you soon.